to Mimi and Pie. Pie, Mimi. I'm definitely not making this up as I go along. Mimi and Pie. Pie, Mimi. We definitely know how to
Read
things. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Mimi and Pie Definitely Know How to Read Things.
We totally do.
And in this episode, we're going to read Chapter 2 of Minecraft the Island. The only official Minecraft book. Wait, no, not the only official one. Okay, the only official Minecraft story book.
Cool.
Alright, Chapter 2, Panic Drowns Thought. Using my new power, I knocked out the other leaf blocks on the rest of the trees. I not only came away with 2 more apples, but a critical discovery about my belt and pack. It happened right after the first apple, when I was boxing the leaves. Boxing the leaves? What?
Boxing. Like in a boxing ring in a fight. Like
okay.
You're punching.
Okay, that makes sense. Instead of jumping...
Not like packing them up and moving. Although you are packing them up. You're packing them up in your backpack. Not boxes. To put in a truck and drive somewhere.
Yeah, but how would he put it in the... But the leaves don't drop as leaves unless you use shears, and he's using his hands.
Or silk touch.
I don't think his hands are enchanted with silk touch.
No, I don't think so either. So...
Anyways, instead of dropping fruit, I got a small sapling.
Yeah, that's what happens.
On strike again, I asked my frozen hand and dropped the mini tree into my belt. Seconds later, when I got a second one, I absent-mindedly stuffed it into the same pouch. That's when I realized that they'd not only shrunk, but flattened and stacked themselves together like playing cards. Well now, I said and smiled, this might actually be helpful. That turned out to be an understatement. By the time I finished dripping all 3 trees, I managed to stack 12 compressed saplings in just one compartment. 12?!
That's a lot.
That's 4 saplings a tree! Normally when I mine 3 trees, I only get like 6 saplings.
I don't know, maybe he was doing dark oak, and I kind of get about 12 saplings per 3 dark oak trees. That seems about right.
No, they're regular oak.
They are regular oak.
They gotta be regular oak. Especially since dark oak trees...
Actually, I think if we remember correctly, I think he said they were birch trees, the way he was describing them.
They can't be birch trees. Birch trees don't drop apples.
They don't.
So they gotta be oak trees, because dark oak trees only grow in dark oak forests, and there's no way that island had a dark oak forest on it, because there'd be way more than 3 trees in that case.
Probably. Oh no, let's keep reading.
I managed to stack 12 compressed saplings in just one compartment. And, I might add, at 0... Wait, excuse me? What?
Wow, that's totally cool.
He broke the laws of physics.
Well, square suns do that too.
Okay, I'll give you that. Looking over the additional pouches in my pack, I thought I can carry a whole warehouse worth of stuff, which means, I said, scowling at the belt, my mood deflating like a stacked saplings. Until I find stuff worth carrying, you're as helpful as a wind-powered fan. That's an analogy I've never heard before, and that's a good analogy. There's gotta be more apple trees, I thought, staring up at the cliff. Through panic eyes, it had initially looked like an impassable barrier. Now calmer, confident, and well-fed, I could see that it was more like a steep slope than a sheer wall. Who knows what else is over there, I thought, hiking up square dirt cubes. If only I thought clearly instead of being such a total dweeb, I wouldn't have trapped myself on the side of the island in the first place. You could also swim around.
He could.
Could.
He's probably still tired of swimming though.
Maybe. In fact, maybe it wasn't an island after all. Maybe this beach was the start of a whole continent. Don't get me wrong, I hadn't abandoned the notion of this just being a dream. But still, part of me can't help wishing to come up over the top of the hill to a ranger station, or a town, a giant city, or there wasn't. I stood on the even green summit and stared with crushing disappointment at the rest of an uninhabited island. The land stretched out like a claw, 2 wooded pincers nearly enclosing a round, shallow lagoon. I couldn't judge how large the island was. By that point, I still wasn't very good at measuring by blocks, but it couldn't have been too big because I could definitely see the end of it under the late afternoon sun. And with the sinking orange square, so went my spirits as well. Just like in the water, I thought I was alone. And just like in the water, I was wrong. And just like in the water, I was wrong. Your turn.
Moo! The sound made me jump.
What?
I said, nervously looking all around.
Who's there?
Moo! Came the sound again, pulling my eyes to the base of the hill. It was an animal, black and white, with a body as rectangular as its surroundings. I picked my way down the western slope, which was easier and more gradual than the treacherous eastern side, and walked right up to the fearless creature. Studying it more closely, I could see that it wasn't entirely black and white.
Gray horns, pink inside the ears, and a pink shallow sac below the stomach. You gotta be a cow!
I said, and the moo I got was the best sound I'd heard all day. That's totally true. If you want to hear a great sound any day, just go listen to a cow.
You don't know how happy I am to see you, I sighed. I mean, hey, I know it's still just a dream and all, but it just feels so good not to be...
The word stuck in my throat, stinging my nose and eyes.
alone.
Bah, answered the cow.
Wait, what?
I asked, stepping closer.
Are you, like, bilingual, or...?
Bah, that'd be funny, a bilingual cow. I speak both cow and whatever this other language is. We'll find out. We have to keep reading. Bah, said the animal, but not the one in front of me. I looked up and past the cow towards the sound's true owner. It was rectangular,
Duh.
but a little shorter and practically all black.
Whoa.
I'd almost missed it in the dim light of the early evening. Now, as I approached the darkening woods, another animal, as white as the clouds above, stepped out from behind its black twin. Despite their straight, flat outlines, I could see the barest details of woolly coats.
Your sheep.
I said, smiling, and reached out to pet one. I wasn't thinking. I didn't mean to punch.
I wish you could pet animals in Minecraft.
I know, that would be so cool.
I want to be able to pet my dogs and cats and farm animals.
The animal yelped, flashed pinkish red, and took off running through the woods.
Oh, sorry.
I called after it.
Sorry, little sheep.
I felt so bad that I turned to its unfazed friend and babbled.
I didn't mean it, really. I still don't know how to use this body, you know?
Clack, 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 came in answer to my left. 2 small birds, each about a block high, were pecking the nearby ground. They had short, skinny legs, plump bodies covered with white feathers, and small heads ending in flat orange beaks.
I'm not sure if you're chickens.
I told them.
You do have kind of duckish feathers. What?
No.
Ducks have yellow feathers.
Try reading that word again.
Kind of duckish features. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. They glanced up at me for a second and clucked.
But you sound like chickens.
I continued.
So I guess calling you chickens makes more sense than chickaducks.
Although I like chickaducks. I like that name. We should totally call them chickaducks.
Chickaducks. Yeah. Chickaducks.
The word gave me a little chuckle. It totally did. Which quickly became a real guffaw. It felt good to laugh. You know, it so feels good to laugh. You should laugh.
Laughing is great.
To let out all the crazy tension of the day. That's when I heard a new sound. Gah.
What?
It was a throaty, phlegmy gargle that sent chills up my spine. I looked all around, trying to figure out the source. Sound on this island seemed to be coming from every direction. I stood there listening, wishing the chickens would shut up.
Shut up, chickens!
That's not in the book, but they should totally shut up. Then I smelled it. You molten rot, like a dead rat in an old sock.
I wonder what this could be.
No, not a sock puppet, just a regular sock. Don't put rats in sock puppets. That's not good.
That's considered torture.
I don't need a rat in me.
Yeah.
I didn't see the figure until it was only a dozen or so paces away. At first I thought it was another person, dressed just like me, and I took an automatic step forward. Then, just as instinctively, I stopped and backed away. Its clothes were ragged and filthy. Its flesh was mottled green. Its eyes, if you could call them eyes, were nothing but lifeless black points in a flat, unmoving face. Memories flooded my mind, images of creatures I'd known from stories but had never seen in person. And now here it was, approaching with outstretched arms.
This was a zombie! I tried to retreat, bumping against a tree. The zombie closed. I dodged. Rotted fist smashed into my chest, throwing me back. Pain shot through my body. I gasped. It lunged. I fled. Numb with fear, I sprinted for the hill. I wasn't thinking, wasn't planning. Terror drove my every step. Something clacked in the darkness behind me, followed by a noise like whipped air. Something smacked into the tree in front of me. A feather-tipped, quivering stick. An arrow! Was the zombie armed? I hadn't noticed. I just kept running.
Oh, that would be the worst. Zombies with arrows.
Something red flashed to my right. A cluster of eyes followed by a clipped hiss. I scampered up the slope of the hill, glancing back only when I was at the summit. In the pale light of a rising square moon, I could see that the zombie was still coming. It was already at the bottom of the slope and beginning to climb up after me. Throat closing in fright, I tore my way down the eastern cliff. I slipped, fell to the bottom, and heard a sickening crack. I hissed as bolts of agony stabbed through my ankle. Stepped through my ankle? I almost stepped. Where to go? What to do? Should I jump back into the ocean and try to swim away? I froze at the edge of the blackened water. What if that squid was still out there? And what if it had gotten hungry? Squids? No, wait, squids are carnivores. Or maybe they're omnivores. I was about to be like, oh, but squids are herbivores. And I'm like, wait, no. They're carnivores. Or omnivores.
If you guys are really interested, feel free to pause the show and go look up what squids eat.
I don't think squids would eat humans.
Maybe.
Anyways,
probably not.
Another moan echoed across the starry night. I turned to see the zombie's head poke over the top of the hill. Frantically, I looked for somewhere to go, someplace to hide. My eyes flicked back and forth, settling on the single block of earth I dug out earlier in the day. From it came the spark of a desperate idea. Digging!
As the zombie started down the slope, I ran to the cliff below it and furiously tore into the earth. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just like our counting episode.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Punches. And the first block in front of me came away. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the one behind it popped free. I could hear the ghoul approaching, each groan growing louder.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I cleared 4 earthen blocks right in front of me, 2 above and below, just enough for me to squeeze into the space.
Deeper!
My mind screamed,
Get deeper!
And if fate could talk, it would have sneered and said,
You're not going anywhere.
My fist bounced off something cold and hard. I'd hit solid rock. A few pointless punches told me I was trapped, the monster barely seconds away. I spun, saw the zombie, and set down a block of dirt between us. The ghoul reached over, smashing me in the chest. I flew back, hitting the stone cliff, chest aching, gasping for breath. I jammed the second soil cube on top of the first. Darkness fell. I was buried alive. My tomb shut out light, but not sound. Zombies' moans still rang in my ears. What if it could dig? What if I'd only delayed death by seconds?
Go away! I shouted helplessly. Please, just leave me alone! Gag and growls answered. Please! I pleaded. Unfeeling, uncaring, unstoppable moans answered. Wake up, I whispered. I gotta wake up, wake up, wake up! In the desperation, I started jumping up and down, hitting my head against the ceiling, trying to jolt myself awake. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! I fell back against the stone wall, head throbbing, eyes burning, chest heaving in rapid, panicked sobs. Why? I whimpered. Why can't I wake up? And just then the zombie barked a deep, violent groan. Because it's not a dream. No, the creature wasn't talking to me. I'd put words in its decayed mouth, words that I knew I needed to hear. This isn't a dream, I imagined hearing from the mobile corpse, and it's not an injury or a hallucination. This is a real place, a real world, and you're going to have to accept that to survive. You're right, I said to the ghoul, knowing I was talking to myself, but still thinking that talking to a dead guy was somehow saner. This isn't happening in my head. This is happening in real life! The fragment of a half-remembered song floated through the fog of my amnesia. Something about finding yourself in a strange place. I couldn't remember all the lyrics, but one stuck clearly in my mind. You may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? I just made that tune up. I don't know. Wait. Is that part of an actual song? Okay.
It is.
What is the song?
It's a song. I'll play it for you later.
Okay.
You can go Google it.
Yes.
So, if you want, take a moment, pause the video, and go Google the song lyrics. You may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
I don't know, I admitted. I don't know how I got here or even where here is. Another planet, another dimension. I don't know, but there's no point in denying it anymore. And with that acceptance came this huge wave of calm, and with the calm came a new mantra. Panic drowns thought, I told the zombie. So it's time to stop panicking and start figuring out how to survive.
Yay! And that's the end of chapter 2 of Minecraft The Island.
By Max Brooks, apparently the author of World War Z.
Interesting.
So,
in this chapter, he met animals and a zombie.
And he learned that panic drowns thought.
Yep.
So if you ever start yourself feeling panicked, try and calm down. Because being panicked about something just makes it harder to do the thing.
And that it's really good to laugh.
Yeah!
Laughing is great. Laugh a whole bunch. Laugh until your laugh seems like it's broken.
Alright, we're going to end the episode here. See you next time for Chapter 3.
Ooh, I wonder what happens in Chapter 3. I can't wait.
Ooh!
Okay, bye.